Okay, so let's hop right into it. Let's get into Weird Watson. See, because what I don't know what the media trying to sell us. I don't know if you buying it, but we just got another sexual assault allegation coming to Deshaun Watson. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, okay, they got him. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's a wrap. Another one. But then the female who was accusing him is coming, is talking about something that happened in 2020 in Houston, Texas. And she has video footage, which you've had video footage since 2020, but now you're ready in 2024. I don't know the process. I don't know, once you've been victimized, what happened. But when I hear about Deshaun Watson having another allegation, and in this allegation, it's from 2020, it took something in my head. It said, wait a minute. Every allegation that Deshaun Watson has had, we're talking about almost 30 women, 26, 27, I've lost count, women have accused Deshaun Watson of being inappropriate or being or violating them in some way. But only during 2020, during the pandemic, and only in Texas. Now, I don't know if this is public knowledge, this is what I know. Deshaun Watson has lived in 4 different states: Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, and Ohio. But the only time that he's had these problems is in Texas and in the year 2020 during the pandemic. Are the women in Ohio just not attractive? No, I guess when he got to Ohio, he's married now. So, I mean, that curbs it. Are the women in Georgia, and are they lesser than women in Texas? Texas women are so undesirable that Deshaun Watson had to sexually assault almost 30 of them in a 9 to 12 month span. He has no other cases, no other allegations outside of 9 to 12 months in Texas. And that's weird. That's real weird. I mean, when you look at Harvey Weinstein, you look at Bill Cosby, you look at Donald Trump, you look at Sean Diddy Combs, you look at Darren Sharper, if you look in this case, Kellen Winslow Jr. II, if you look at any of them, you will notice that there is a history, a pattern of behavior that shows for, sometimes a 30-year span, 10 years, 5 years, where they just, this is their behavior. They don't turn it on and off. But Deshaun is very weird. He got to be the greatest code switcher in the world. He got to be the greatest code switcher we ever seen. He got to be the greatest person to True Lies type espionage spy to be able to turn it on and off and contain it to a 9 to 12 month span. That's who does that? That's unheard of. I don't know of any behavior, even if you look at Aaron Hernandez, and he was a murderer, but did he lock it to one time in one place in his life and he was able to just get it all out? Like Deshaun just had to, 2020, I'm just going to be a sexual assaulter. That's weird. It's real weird. I don't understand if you understand how weird it is, but I would have to know. If you got some opinions on this, I would need to know. If you got some information that maybe I'm missing, I would need to know. Because I don't know what they're trying to sell me about Deshaun Watson. Whoever he pissed off in Texas is not going to let it go. And they are not going to stop until they see him buried. You can't, for me at least, I can't believe that somebody with that kind of problem only has it for 1 year of his life. I mean, I don't hear, normally when you think about all of the cases that we've seen with the R. Kellys and the Diddy's and the Weinsteins and the Trumps, it's always friends or whatever, people that know them that talk bad about them and to say things, now in hindsight, like, yeah, what he always was kind of weird, or I remember when he did this, or none of that. We ain't getting none of that. He done came to Cleveland, opened a cheesesteak spot. He getting married, got a wife. I don't never hear nothing about him. It's just so under wraps. It's so weird. He went through COVID and apparently assaulted all of these women and never caught COVID. I mean, nothing adds up. It's weird. And it makes it weird for us as a fan base because a lot of us want to believe that he's an animal. And a lot of us want to believe that he's a savior. Hopefully that the Browns didn't mess up with bringing him here. But the truth is the whole situation is just weird. It's weird because they're trying to push something that's not adding up to who we're seeing. You want to talk about his play on the field? Okay, but most people don't like Deshaun, not because of his play on the field, but because of his off-field actions. And now they can use the play on the field as a cover. I always ask somebody when I'm about to talk to them, especially my good friendly people, the Caucasians. I always ask them, do you watch Seinfeld? If you watch Seinfeld, I personally don't want to hear about any of your character opinions. Because if you can watch Seinfeld and that's cool with you, you can let other people's character opinions go. The only difference is some things are accusations and some things are actually proven that you can actually see. And in the case of Deshaun, it's all accusations. It's all in 1 year, and it's a mass amount of women. This is a crazy amount of women. And if that's his behavior, it would be more than just Texas for 9 to 12 months in 2020. I can't tell you what to believe, but I can ask you to think. We out. Nobody with that kind of problem contains it to a 9 to 12 month span. The media want to portray him as this monster. I mean, I don't hear teammates talking bad about him. I don't hear people that interact with him talking about him. When he come off on the camera, he's not, he doesn't have any weird energy.